Shart Wizard. Yep, you nailed it. It's gonna be Shart Wizard. That ticking clock, though. Like, holy cow. Where's my mic? It's right here. There we go. Oh, new games drop on Friday, making every Friday a holiday. I thought they dropped Friday because they're too worried about dropping it in the middle of the week because people are gonna end up calling like off, you know? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ooh. They drastically changed the track.
Ah, blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Yeah, there's definitely some instrument changes.
Come now. There's no cause for panic.
Mystic Knight. I would assume if we ever get a Mystic Knight, it would be a melee job. All right, this is new. So yeah, the ordering's gonna be weird. Oh.
Heavens.
Capture it, it's cute.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
All right, this is new. Never mind. It's Pictomancer! Okay then. It is. Realm actually is now. The Realm job exists again.
There. Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
Alpha No just popping up for no reason.
I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage.
At last we are come to the land you call the New
Well,
World.
there you go.
My home. Tura.
Them Rothgar are coming. We're getting that too. You. That was always gonna happen. I mean, yeah, it's like the free space on your bingo card, you know? So that is the full trailer of Dawntrail now. That is now what's gonna play on your client every time you every time you sit on the login screen too long. This cosplay sucks. He literally came out in a he literally came out in a baseball jacket. I was gonna say, where's the applause? I'm like stunned. There isn't cheering and applause.
皆さんようこそお越しくださいました。ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。よろしくお願いします。
So yeah, remember that this is going to be the JP Fan Fest, so it's going to be mostly Japanese. Hopefully there's going to be English interpretation. If not, we're going to bail.
Hi guys, thank you for coming today. My name is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy 14. さあ、新生14 10周年グローバルファンフェスツアーの
14 Let's Play Ball.
日本のファンフェスティバルいよいよ
The back! The back of the jersey!
新年1月1日、能登半島の方で非常に大きな地震があって、被災された皆様に、心よりお見舞い申し上げます。
I'm gonna take an assumption that this is a bit of a tribute to those who were affected by the earthquake in Japan lately, or recently. Just based on his tone and his body language here.
作られて維持されていくことが我々の一番やらなければいけない仕事
You would wear that baseball jersey?
全力でそれを取り組んでいこうと思います。X でもちょっと拝見したんですけど、
IRL or in game.
この会場に来る予定だったのがいらっしゃれなかった光の選手の方のコメントも拝見しました。ただそこに
IRL at the very least, that would be a jersey that would hang on my wall.
せっかくの機会なので自分が行けなかった分まで皆さんに楽し
The
んで
cap on the Fem Rothgar didn't make any sense. It's like a teddy bear. It's very much like we've seen the Fem Ronso in FF10. It's about what I expected. Because the Rothgar are just Ronso from FF10. So I mean that's about what I expected at least.
じゃあちょっとコメントもですね、今日ちゃんと返しをもらっているので、こちらにニコニコ動画がございます。ありがとうございます。楽しむのが仕事だって。いえ、吉田見てるって。これ必ずあります。
All right, I figured I'd double check real quick, make sure, see if there is closed captioning or
は
not.
い、こちらは、YouTube と、Twitch です。 新ヘアスタイルってそれかって、それ吉田の新ヘアスタイルなだけなのよろしくお願いします。ファイナルファンタジー14新生10周年ということもありますし、世界中の光の戦士の皆さんのおかげ、それに支えられてですね、まさかのこの東京ドームでの、開催となりました。そのお礼の意味も込めてですね、すいません、世界中の、光の戦士の皆さん、基調講演、7.0 の情報楽しみにしていると思いますので、ここだけはすいません、英語同時通訳。
Anyone else kind of awkwardly looking around, just going like,
世界で盛り上がっていきたいと思います
the
ので、
post said
日
something
本のプレイヤー
about
の皆さんもご理解いただけると大変助かります。
English interpretation. Is there anything?
さあ、というわけで基調講演の通訳パートナーはリード英語翻訳者のケイトさんです。さあ、ケイトさん入ってきてください。
どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Oh, there she is.
And hello to everyone on stream. I am Kate, the lead English translator, and I am once again here to tell you what Yoshi-P says.
Thank you. We very much appreciate you.
I am very good at English. Thank you. ありがとうございます。
Yippee!
その時にはケイトさんね、ちょっといろいろ作業がね忙しくて
Give me the black one.
けど、どうですか 7.0 の翻訳作業順調ですか？
Right.
順調です。
お、即答で順調。
Now, does the black one say Warrior of Darkness on the back?
Because I was very busy working on 7.0, so Koji thankfully took over. But it is going well, our development progress, and I am making sure to fuel my motivation with a lot of tacos. So, tacos.
Big fat tacos.
モチベーションをバフしながら頑張ってます。
そんなにタコスね上がるんだね。
まあそうで、まあグラハティア見ればタコス食べたくなりますよ。
あ、なるほど。
If you see Graha, you want to eat the tacos. It's not weird. It's not weird.
It's not weird. It's not weird.
改めまして、ファンフェスティ
Let
バル
me take a look at the lodestone real quick.
夢のようなファンフェス、ワクワクをお届けする2日間。その幕開けは僕の基調講演からスタートします。その内容はもちろんこちらになります。
So once again, welcome to FanFest in Tokyo. This is a dreamlike FanFest being held in Tokyo Dome. And we want to kick it off with my keynote, the subject of which is, of course,
拡張パッケージ黄金のレガシーの最新情報をお届けしてまいります。
the newest information on our expansion Dawntrail.
そして気になる発売日なんですが、きっと3つ目のファンフェスだから発売日出るんだろうなと思っていると思うんですが、すいません、計画上の日程はもちろん決まってはいるんですが、現状ギリギリまでちょっとすいません、スケジュールの最終調整確認をしております。
So given that this is the third FanFest, you're probably expecting us to announce the release date of Dawntrail. Unfortunately, though we do have an internal date that we are targeting, we are adjusting the schedule, making sure
we don't know.
We can be before announcing, so we will not be sharing that today.
かというとですね、皆さんよくご存知かと思いますが、今月のフィナーレでですね、私ゲーム業界人として人生初めての延期を、させていただくということをしてしまいましたので、ちょっと今回はまあたとえ数週間だろうが、そういったことがないようにギリギリまで、しっかりした日程調整するためにあとほんの少しお時間いただければと思います。
I'm thinking late August.
If you're wondering why, well, it's because, as you know, for Endwalker, for the very first time in my career, we had
I'm hoping I'm wrong, but man.
We don't want that to happen again, even if it's just a few weeks. So we are taking great care to make sure that our schedule
Look,
is
I am
on track
fine
before announcing,
if it's
but we will
just
get that info
a
as soon as we
week.
can.
もうコメントでですね、10月か夏じゃないよなっていうコメント溢れてるんですけど、大丈夫です。夏って言ったら夏です。
People are saying, you mean October then? It's not going to be summer? It's going to be October, isn't it? No, it will be summer.
ちょっとファイナルファンタジー16だってサマーって言って6月に出てるんですよ。
We said in 16 we were going to release it in summer, and it came out in June.
机に時間じゃなく 14時間の夏でちゃんと出すようにします。
We will not be releasing on Square Enix time. We will be releasing on 14 time, which means properly in summer.
はい、できるだけですね、早く発売日の情報をお出しできるように、頑張りますので、ちょっと別の次の機会で、させていただければと思います。すいません、よろしくお願いします。
So we will work very hard to get you that info as soon as possible, and we'll have it for you next time. So thank you for your patience.
さあ、では本格的に黄金のレガシーの中身についてお話ししていこうと思いますが、もちろん皆さんが一番気になっているのは、
Of course, let's talk about the content of Dawntrail and the thing you're most looking forward to.
All right, what is the actual name of the job?
ジョブの追加ですよね。
A new job.
さあ、気づきました？どんなジョブでした？
Did you figure out what job it is?
リルムって言われた。
We just don't know the name. I mean, we're saying Pictomancer.
Not even a job name.
さあ、僕があれこれ説明する前にですね、動画で一番最初その動きをご覧いただこうと思います。
But before you hear from me, let's see it on video.
それではどうぞ。
Oh my lord. Oh. If you didn't have your player effects turned down already, you are going to be driven absolutely insane. Yeah, Lich wins between the three of us, Barb, for sure. It actually is going to be called Pictomancer. This is 400% more cartoony than everything else in game.
The second job of Dawntrail will be ranged magical DPS wielding a brush, the Pictomancer.
I am very curious to know what,
Did you guess correctly?
how it's gonna be fit. It was on my radar. I was still wrong because I locked in green.
Yeah, at Las Vegas FanFest, I wore a very mysterious T-shirt.
なんか2つのジョブのヒントっぽくなったのかなっていう気がし
The
ます。
hint was the artist
I
names.
feel like it was a good hint for both jobs.
It actually was.
ピクトマンサーはですね、FF6 に唯一登場したジョブになってます。
Pictomancer was the only job to debut in Final Fantasy VI.
ファイナルファンタジー6では筆を使い、敵のこうイラストを描いてね、描いたその敵の技を使うというジョブでした。
In FF6, Pictomancer used their brush to draw their enemies and therefore use their techniques.
And crash the game.
ファイナルファンタジー14ではその描くという部分を発展させ、ピクトマンサーがさまざまなモンスターだけじゃなくて絵を描いて、それを魔法として攻撃や補助などの効果を発動させていくという見た目にも
And erase your save file.
ジョブになってます。
FF14's Pictomancer has a bit broader of painting skill. They can paint not only monsters, but landscapes.
still the only character you use less than Umaru.
That they are currently facing.
I bet.
And they also have a very unique appearance.
暁のメンバーであるクルルが今回ピクトマンサーにジョブチェンジすることになりました。
And the Scion Kryl has become Pictomancer.
ね、クルルずっとちょっと戦えなくてね。
I mean, I was right in assuming that Kryl was gonna be our new job.
Because Kryl could never fight before, right? She was always sort of stuck watching things at home. I think she probably tried really hard to take on this new role.
吉田はピクトマンサーのコスプレをしないのかっていうふうに、目に入ってきておりますが、さすがにこのジョブ、50歳のおじさんが、コスプレするのは厳しいものがあると。
I'm seeing people saying, why isn't Yoshi P cosplaying the Pictomancer? But honestly, I think it would be a little bit difficult for me as a 50-year-old man to portray the image of this job.
その一部からっていうのをちょっとやめてもらっていいですか
People are like shocked.
She can say terrible in person now, but with a
というわけ
brush.
で今回はですね
Wow.
僕の代わりにですね素敵なモデルさんに、新ジョブ衣装を着ていただいてます
But in my place, we do have a wonderful model who will be showing off this job gear.
ご登場いただきましょうどうぞ
Let's call her out.
I mean, that is a very good cosplay. Considering that we've known Pictomancer for roughly 4 minutes.
Impressive.
かわいいの声ありがとうございますどうですかって見てくださいよ無理でしょ
See, this wouldn't be a good look on me.
Pants too
ちょっ
short.
とコメント会場の一斉に大丈夫似合うよみたいなのやめてもらっていいですか
Everyone keeps saying, no, it'd be fine, it'll look great, please stop.
こちら新ジョブピクトマンサーのジョブ専用装備を
No.
といイメージキャラクターとして登場していただきました
So our model here is wearing the job outfit for Pictomancer.
着心地はいかが
I'm
ですか
assuming this is the outfit you'll start with.
良い
Good.
なんか
I like that the cartoony like collar is just stuffed in the actual cosplay
My gear was
version.
also of high quality, but man, this is impressive.
ではピクトマンサーのね、紹介が終わるまでちょっとステージ上に一緒にいただきましょう
If you could stay up here while we finish introducing Pictomancer, that'd be great.
I mean,
ではピクトマンサーの特徴を見ていこうと思います
he looks bored.
So let's look at the details of this job.
まずロールに関しては先ほどお伝えした通り遠隔魔法 DPS で
was
装備
Derp
力
Cat
は
too.
キャスター枠になってます
All right, what else will we learn?
Range magical DPS using the gear of casting.
そして筆という専用の、武器を使います
Breaking news: Painter job uses brush. More at 11.
Is their brush.
コメント配信そろそろそのコスプレした吉田の腹が見たかったとかそういうのはいいんで
This cat boy definitely channels. Why are we still here?
I see you
Just
on
to
the stream
suffer.
saying you wanted to see my midriff. Please stop and pay attention now.
こちら大量クラスはございません最初からジョブの状態で戦えます
So there is no requisite class for this job. You can just start from the job itself.
Yoshi P giving a verbal bonk into the crowd.
となっております
Starting level will be 80.
ジョブクエストの開始位置は
Gridania. Okay.
And the job quest will be beginning in Gridania.
They're only doing this like a crossover Splatoon.
際には条件を満たしていればすぐにでも使用可能となっています
So long as you've completed the requirements, you will be able to pick up this job right as soon as you get into Dawntrail.
Okay.
なんかグリダニアでジョブクエスト開始するの久しぶりなんですよね
It's been a long time since we had a job quest start in Gridania.
はい結構特徴的なジョブクエストに
OG Pictomancer is a small girl. Of course, Derp Cat would feel odd in that kit.
The job quests themselves are also very unique, so I hope you'll look forward to that.
Oh
ではそれでバ
no.
トルのイメージに行きましょ
Now let's talk about what they're like in combat.
うまず
Did
先ほどお
Ishikawa
伝えした
write the story for that? I'm
筆に
concerned.
魔力を込めて描いたイメージそれを力にして戦うのがピクトマン
Works
サ
with
ー
medium, mixing ether, wielding a specialized brush. Yeah, okay. Well,
The
that's.
Pictomancer concentrates aether in their brush.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to go pick up both Viper and Pictomancer. That's for sure.
絵画魔法
I'm gonna have to make
というジャンルの
10 new cards for those.
It is the magic of an artist.
さらにですねファイナルファンタジー16のピクトマンサーはね相手のモンスター自体の絵を描くっていうジョブだったんですが
No, I'm not nobody wants to see me cosplay anything. Stop that.
Drawing just their enemies.
ファイナルファンタジー14では相対する敵に関わりなくさまざまな生物や武器さらには
It's also the fact that the Teenage Mutant Turtles are named after famous artists.
But regardless of what enemy they're facing, FF14's Pictomancer can draw creatures, weapons, and even landscapes.
You see me cosplay? No, you do not. You think you do, but you don't. Nobody needs that.
ドローイングされたような形でかなりね試行錯誤を繰り返して作っています。
We have quite a few original visual effects for Pictomancer to really make it look like they are.
No! Really? I couldn't tell. Pictomancer also keeps evoking such wonders takes time. The Pictomancer also keeps instacastability. Okay, well, that doesn't tell us anything.
To create a work of art, it's going to take some time.
Pictomancer's main skill is 100% CPU usage. The real reason you need that the minimum requirement of a 1060. It's this job.
And the Pictomancer does not simply attack, they also have magic that can buff their party.
サポートジョブというわけではないので、そういったところ結構気にされる方いると思うんですが、サポートジョブというわけではないですが、黒魔同士のような攻撃特化ではないということだけお伝えしておきます。
We wouldn't say it's a full support job if that's what you're thinking, but it is not quite so attack focused as something like Black Mage.
ちなみに普段
Alright, it's caster dancer. Got it.
DPS キャスターやってるよっていう方どれぐらいいますか？
Who's playing ranged magical DPS right now?
結構いますね。
Quite a few.
ピクトマンサーはちなみに蘇生魔法は持っておりません。
Pictomancers cannot res you.
さあではちょっと頭の中
This poll is fake. Cat jam is not an option.
思いますので先ほどの動画もう一度ご覧いただこうかと思います。
So I think you have a good idea now in your mind of what Pictomancer might be like. So with that,
I do
let's
not.
take another
I have
look at
no
the-
idea what this job's gonna play like. Is this just the same video again? All right, let's break this down a little bit more. Maximum cartoon. So that's gonna be like their base cast, their jolt. Something you build up to. I do say like a lot of elements. I can't believe she acted all that out.
いかがだったでしょうか？
Yep.
Thank you. How was it?
You just want me to vote no?
先にいる光の選手の方からですね、質問が届いておりました。絵が下手な僕でもピクトマンサーになれますかって。
So we have a question from the chat asking, okay, even if I am just terrible at art, can I be Pictomancer?
No. LOL.
死ぬほど下手な吉田にも使えているので大丈夫だと思います。
During your 2-minute window, you must draw out a self-portrait using your Wacom tablet.
So you'll be fine.
美術1ですって言ってる方いらっしゃいますけど大丈夫です大丈夫です。
It does not require artistic skill.
はい、ではピクトマンサーありがとうございました。
Thank you to our Pictomancer.
You drew hits like game meteor. I love how it looks like it clearly came from MS Paint. Oh god, they both do. It's harder to tell from a distance.
Now we do have one announcement about Pictomancer for our players playing in German.
これまでファイナルファンタジー6のオリジナル、それからピクセルリマスター、ドイツ語版
Duplicant.
ジョブ名をですね、
And then Forte is going to be called Pictomont.
So in FF6,
Interesting.
Both the original and remaster, Pictomancer had previously been.
No, there's one person who said
translated
no.
as Duplicant.
And I didn't vote because it's an invalid poll.
多分これ造語だと思うんですけど、
Clearly.
デュプリケートってちょっと MMO 用語だとアイテムが増殖するみたいなのでなるんですけど。
Yes, duplicate has a bit of a special meaning in MMOs, you know, dupes of items.
でおそらくですね、まあモンスターをコピーする、デュプリケートするような多分イメージで当時ドイツ語のジョブ名作られたんだと思います。
But at the time, because the job was in fact duplicating your enemies, that's why they.
All right, I'll go cosplay as a Twitch streamer.
ただ実際こうピクトマンサーというジョブに関して
Cosplay complete.
敵の姿をコピーするだけではなくて、いろんな絵を描くっていう遊びをピクトマンサーに作っていこうとすると、どうしてもジョブ名とイメージの開きが出てしまうので、今回、FF シリーズ全体で協議をしてですね、14のドイツ語
I don't know why I'm trying to listen to this like I can understand anything he's saying.
ピクトマンサーに近い、こちらも造語になりますが、ジョブ名を作りました。
Cosplay merchant.
However, because 14's Pictomancer is focused around creating original works of art, not just duplicating, we thought there would be quite a gap between the name if we use the legacy translation. So
I mean, that's fair.
For all of the FFs, we will now be using this new name, Pictomant.
まあ今後また新たな FF シリーズでピクトマンサーが登場する際には、今回作った、ピクトマントというドイツ語表示を使っていこうと思いますので、ミスではないのでドイツ語プレイヤーの皆さん、しっかり協議した上で FF シリーズ全体として決めましたので、ご理解いただけますと助かります。
Duplicant really does fit.
So in future Final Fantasy games, you will see Pictomant as the name for this job. So please know that's not a mistake. We didn't forget the old name. This is a choice we made for all of Final Fantasy with everyone involved. So thank you, and we hope you'll enjoy the new name.
I mean, it makes sense for Realm, just because all Realm did was copy, was paint exact duplicate portraits of enemies, and then erase your game at a low chance.
噛み合わなくなるっていう結構例かなとは今回思いました。
Honestly, when you have such a long-running series as Final Fantasy, you will run into these cases where what made perfect sense at the time is no longer working for us, and this is a great example of the sort of stuff we deal with.
ただやっぱりシリーズの可能性とか、発展性ということを考えたときに変更しなければいけないというタイミングがあるというのも今回しっかり議論した上で決めましたので、まあ、似たような事例ね、今回はドイツ語でしたけどいろんな言語でまた出てくる可能性もありますので、なんとなく頭に入れておいていただけると助かります。
But you know,
Are you a duplicant or a duplicant? Oh my lord.
We really need to adapt in the way that is best for Final Fantasy's future. And this time it only affected German, but I think it will probably happen in all languages at certain points. So just remember that that's what we're bearing in mind.
So Realm, back in the original SNES version, only on specific versions, there was a chance when you sketch, it would corrupt the game and erase your save when using your sketch ability.
Let's move on to the story of Dawntrail, which will feature myriad characters.
It's very rare for it to happen, but it does exist.
英雄光の戦士への最高の夏休みとお伝えしてきました。
As we've mentioned, we will be giving you the greatest summer vacation a warrior of light could have.
新たな冒険、そしてそのバカンスの目的は西方トラル大陸になります。
The site of this vacation and our new adventure will be the continent of Tural.
依頼されるのはトラル大陸にあるとある王国の王位継承令制の助力です。
And the reason we will be going there is for the right of succession for a nation over there.
その依頼主となるのが
And the person who has requested our help
こちらのキャラクターです。
is her.
The snout is a little shorter. Now I'm gonna get another look at it than I expected.
This character is Wuklamat. She's the daughter of the current ruler of Tural.
なんとなくね、あんまり見たことのない種族にも見えるんですけれど。
I feel like I haven't seen this before.
ミコってだよね、多分ね。
Is it a Mikote? そうですよね。
多分ちょっと
Yes, clearly.
体質的にちょっとモフモフしてるミコってだと思います。
I think it's just a really, really fuzzy Mikote. まあそれしかないですよね。
そうですね。まあまあじゃあ気にしないで先進みましょう。
Don't worry about it.
この王位継承レースというのは
The snoot does look a little off.
So in this rite of succession, we will be competing with other various contestants for the throne.
Like I said, it looks a little shorter than I would have expected compared to like Femronso.
And there will of course be a lot of revelations and various dramatic turns along the way.
まあその多い継承レースというからには他にも候補者います。
Of course, as a contest, we do need people to compete against.
さらに暁のメンバーがそこにどう関わ
It is a pre-rendered cutscene.
ぜひ皆さんの目でお確かめください。
What's going to matter more is how it actually looks in game.
How exactly the other scions play into that competition.
今ご紹介したこの新たな登場人物であるウクラマトなんですが
Pre-rendered cutscenes are not exactly 14 strong suit.
パート2から登場となります。
As for Wuklamat, who we've introduced today, you will be able to meet her in patch 6.55 part 2.
早速ですね、
Well,
非常にキャラ性強いキャラになって
Wait,
ます
part
んで、
2.
ぜひですね、皆さんの手で、新しい物語のまさに序章をですね、体験していただければ
Wonder how long it actually is until 655.
She is a very strong character, so I hope you look forward to getting to know her.
そんな気になる、分かったじゃあパッチ 6.
Oh, we should have started a stopwatch and see how long it takes until we get our first porn.
6.55 coming out.
パッチ 6.55 は1月16日公開となります。
16th.
Will be coming out on
2 weeks.
January 16th.
10 days.
さすがにね、来週週明けはすいません、ちょっと僕らファンフェスの疲労で倒れているので厳しいので、なんか1週明けて、リリースさせていただきます。
Obviously, after FanFest is over, we are all going to be passed out, so we're taking a week and then releasing.
17th for porn? Oh god, no, there's gonna be porn before then.
24時間メンテナンスを予定してます。
And also, we are planning to have a 24-hour maintenance for this patch.
これはですね、パッチ 6.55 の公開する
Alright, I guess playing on Monday, I guess.
日本の全データセンターの各種、まあいわゆるサーバー機材ですね。
So the 15th we'll be doing Diamond and Pearl or Pokemon Diamond instead of 14.
入れ替えるという作業を
It's probably pouring out right about now.
This is because we will be
Our
replacing the
civilization
entire Japanese data center
Bad people
infrastructure
turning
with
into
newer
furries.
Ah,
これによってですね、
What?
さらに安定性増しますし、いろんなことが、まあアイテム関係だったり、まあ土地だったり、ハウジング、いろんなことまたやりやすくなりますので、それらのメンテナンスと、それから最新機器への入れ替えということを、今回やりますので、すみません、ちょっと長時間のメンテナンスになりますが、ご承知おきください。
We're sorry that it's such a long maintenance, but this will contribute to future stability and our ability for the servers to handle things like items and housing, so we ask for your understanding.
はい、では
some other back-end stuff's being done as well. As I expected. I know the data miners will find out if it's just like, oh yeah, then Rothgar's just in there now. Not just her unique model.
こちらオールゼアの全体図ですね。三大洲の西方に位置する巨大な大陸です。
So on the map, you'll see that it is to the west of the three great continents.
こちら左に見えるのがトラル。
That's a weird shaped South America.
On the left is what we've shown.
Oh wait, no,
so
I see the
far.
tail of it. Okay.
まあこちらですね。
We're going to Brazil!
今回
We're actually going to Brazil!
大陸というのはですね、南北に大きく、大陸が存在していて、今回の舞台となるのは、その南北トラル大陸を股にかける冒険にな
Oh
り
hey,
ます。
that's where my house is right there.
But Total is actually a very massive continent expanding from north
About
to
right-
south,
about-
and we
about
will
right
be
there.
going that full length during our adventure.
Premium
なので最
purchase.
新の、14の世界地図はこのようになっております。
So this is the full new map.
そしてご紹介してきた今回新たにプレイヤーの皆さん、プレイヤー
Data miners will release the models, and then the modders will go ahead and do their work. What?
That we introduced
Whoa.
Yolao.
Whoa.
トライオラ自体がこの南北のトラル大陸をつなぐ。
I love how we're being told how to pronounce it now, and there's no way I'm gonna remember.
Toral actually functions as a bridge connecting the north and south parts of the continent of Toral.
先ほど公開したトレーラー
So it's Mexico.
巨大な橋出ていたと思います。
As you saw in the trailer, there is a literal bridge.
Will there be a battle on said big bridge?
トラル大陸の南北をまたいでの大冒険となります。
So the Tuglialal will be at the center of our adventure. It will span from north to south of Tural.
まあ南北文化的な統一感というのはまあある程度はあるんですけど、ここではちょっとネタバレで言えないさまざまな出来事により南と北で大きく物語が揺れ動いていくことになります。
There's a degree of unity between the cultures of the two due to certain developments that I will not share here. There will
No
be
facts for
major
you.
story developments in both North and South Tyrol that will change the story significantly. So you can almost think of it as a two-part structure.
もちろん一つの壮大な物語 7.0 自体で、そうなっていますが、内容をねやってみると二部構成に近い、新しい我々のチャレンジにも見えるかもしれません。
Of course, the whole story overall is one unified story, but you may feel like it does have two distinct arcs when you play through it.
では、
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
かなと思います。
Don't tell me that means it's going to be another Stormblood.
まずこれまではスクリーンショット等々でしか出せなかったものをまとめてですね、既存の情報公開した部分動画にして、ダイジェスト動画を作ってきましたので、まずはそれをご覧いただきましょう。
So far, we've only been able to show you a few clips and screenshots, but we've put together all the materials we have so far into a collection that we will show you now.
それではどうぞ。
So in Stormblood, they had two separate writers. Stormblood was split into two sections. There was the part that took part in Alamigo, and then the part that took part in Kugane, or I'm sorry, Doma. And it didn't gel right because they had two different writing teams work on them, and they just barely let the two teams talk to each other. And if they're doing another, like, already just the thought of it that they're splitting it in two like that gives me instant concern. So we'll see. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm concerned over nothing. Are those oil derricks with magic smoke coming out of the top? Ooh. I'm liking the looks. Pretty. The bioluminescent foliage looks sweet, though.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
さてさて、かなり冒険のイメージ多いですね。自然地形、そういった数々ご覧いただきました。
So we've taken a look at some natural scenes that really speak of adventure.
ではここからはですね、既存エリアの紹介でしたので、さらに新たなエリアを、ご紹介していきます。
But those were areas you've seen before, so let's look at some that you haven't.
ちょっと今まで見たものとは毛色が変わるので、あまりすみません、多くは語れないです。
These are pretty different from what you've seen so far, and for that same reason, we can't tell you a whole lot about them.
その点すみません、ご了承ください。
Please understand.
まずはすみません、いきなり動画からいこうと思います。
We'll start with a video.
どうぞ。
What in the f***? It's Black City from Pokemon Black and White. What the fuck? Did they just show me footage of downtown Tokyo? Why'd they show me footage of the labyrinths we're putting in work?
Yes, that was a pretty sudden change of visuals there.
こちらのエリア、まあちょっとね、動画の方では本当オブジェクト全然出せ
Did
ない。
Business Unit 3 really look at Cyberpunk 2077 and said, hold my beer?
エリアの名前をソリューション9と言います。
We really can't show you a lot of specific objects from this area because it would be spoilers, but we can tell you it's called Solution 9.
こちらのソリューション9も、まあプレイヤーの、皆さんが滞在する大都市がトライアラだとすると、こちらショータウンの状態になってます。
Man, the tribal war. Tell me more about this.
Much like the player hub of Tuliolal.
ではちょっとだけ説明をしておきましょう。
So this is going to be our raid town?
Just a little bit.
トライオラとは全く異なる文明によって築かれた摩天楼都市となっています。
So this has been constructed by a totally different civilization than Tuliolal.
まあそんなの見たらわかるよっていう話だと思う。
Was it elegance?
I think you can
Was this
probably
more
tell.
elegance?
まあ名前の由来はですね、すみません、いろいろご想像ください。ちょっとだけスクリーンショットもお見せします。
But maybe
It's
have a
gonna
think
be our
about
raid
why
hub.
it's
Oh
called
my
Solution
God.
9. And we have one more screenshot to show you.
まあもう今まで皆さんが思い描いてきた黄金のレガシーのイメージがガラガラと音を立てて崩れ去っていく感じがしますね。
I feel like we are loudly destroying any mental image you might have had for Dawntrail right now.
すみません、ちょっと先ほど言いましたが、オブジェクト等はね、ネタバレが強いので、いろいろちょっと削除したスクリーンショットになってるんですけど、まあ実際にはいろんなオブジェクト存在してます。
Like I said, we can't really show you specific objects in this setting because it would be a spoiler, so we've kind of erased them all, and this is just the background.
まあビルなのか、こう施設なのか、これね。
How is this in the same universe as all of that tribal city nonsense that was going on in Turiolo, or whatever the heck it's actually pronounced?
But as I mentioned, it will be a player hub, so you can expect a lot of different facilities and features there.
どんな物語になるのか、そもそもここはどういった場所なのか、これまでの今までのね 6.X シリーズまでとも異なる雰囲気での冒険、いろいろご想像ください。
But you know, as for what this place actually is, what sort of story will take place here, you'll just have to imagine for yourself something that is quite different from what we've seen thus far up to 6.X.
ではもう少しだけ新しいエリア紹介していこうと思います。
And I'll show you one more area now.
こちらはアートワークとなっています。
This is the concept art.
こちら新たなエリア名ヘリテージファウンドと言います。
What year is this?
もう謎しかない。
What year is any of this?
蒸気機関を持ったような列車が走ってます。
There seems to be a steam-powered train.
まあしかもこれアートワークですけど、手前と奥とで異なったね文明が混ざってるように見えますが、こちらは一つのエリアの中になってます。
And it certainly looks like the stuff in the foreground and the stuff in the background were constructed by different civilizations, but this is all one area.
Oh my God.
This area is
I'll show it on stream later, but someone already did a Photoshop of Yoshi P in the cosplay.
But I can't really give you any more explanation than that, so we'll just take a look at a few more screenshots.
なので 7.0 黄金のレガシーにはいろんなエリアが出てくるよと思っていただければ助かります。
And you'll just have to take this in the spirit of there are a variety of areas coming.
What year is this? 2024, obviously.
もうまあこれまでね
What year is this? What What the actual?
My God, what year is this?
I know, right?
So far we've shown you a lot of fields and natural scenery, but as you can see here, there's also these very unique areas with cultures intermingling.
Intermingling? You mean clashing?
っぽいイメージにも見えなくもないんですけど、ちょっと違いますね。
It looks a little bit like Garlemald, but not quite.
ガレマールだと黒と赤だもんな。
And Garlemald was very black and red.
そして2枚目、奥に見えるのは先ほどのアートにも見えていたタワーなのか何なのか。
In our second screenshot here, in the background, you can see that same thing, whatever it is, a tower maybe?
まあ、こういった地域だとしても人々は、ここでたくましく力強く生きています。これらはダンジョンではなく、プレイヤーの皆さんが冒険するフィールドとなってます。
But even in an area as strange as this, we have people living their lives. This is not a dungeon.
なんかここで釣れる主どんなやつなんだろうなって想像すると
I wonder what kind of big fish you can fish up here.
そして最後、こんな場所もありますというのだけお伝えしておきます。
There's also this, and that's all I'll tell you.
There's also this, and that's all I'm gonna tell you.
いろんなものを詰め込んだ拡張になっています。どんなエリアなのか、何が待っているのか、いろいろご想像していただければ嬉しいです。
But what we've shown you is that Dawntrail will have a variety of areas and
All right,
things
I
to
posted it in
experience,
meme
so
feed if
let
you
your
wanna look.
imagination run wild.
さあ、
I heard it.
ここエリアの紹介をしましたので、こちら友好部族、この地域に住まう部族たちのおさらいをまずはしていこうと思います。
But now that we've talked about the areas, let's talk about the people who live there who might become your potential allies.
これまでにペルペル族、それから
Carl, I'm in a game now, Carl.
And the Moblins.
もともとですね、こ
Oh,
の
hey, how'd we get here? Carl, are you gonna blow up people again? No, I wouldn't do that. Explain to me, Carl. Why are you here in a game where people kill people?
So
I
in
don't
this
kill people.
area,
That
there
is my
a
least favorite thing to do.
deep-rooted culture of giants, though they're not called giants, they are called the Yokui.
バヌバヌ族にも似た姿のちょっとねカラフルな種族ですが、ハヌハヌ族と言います。
We also have these colorful folks who look quite similar to the Vanu Vanu, and indeed.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have parrot Vanu Vanu now.
プロデューサーレタライブとかでも話すとき、吉田滑舌悪いなって言われそう。ハヌハヌ族です。
Yes, so they are called the Hanu Hanu.
そして何よりですね、今回やっぱり注目なのはこちら。
It's the we ran out of ideas beast tribe.
But the most important part of this are the Mamulja.
トライオラを治めている相当の2つの、ね、頭を持つマムージャ、グルージャジャを筆頭にですね、数多くのマムージャ族が登場してきます。
The most prominent example is, of course, the current ruler of Tuliolo, the two-headed Gulul Jaja, but there are plenty of other Mamulja of all shapes and sizes.
That's gonna be a fun one to say over and over again.
紹介しているのは、まあその一部になりますが、多様な、部族が登場して物語の中でもその部族同士の多くの
burnt out, yeah, really.
物語上提示されていきます。
What we're showing you in the screenshot is but a small sampling. In the story, I think you'll find that the Mamulja are very diverse, including their perspectives and values.
That Yoshi B in the cosplay is hilarious, isn't it?
どのような冒険の道を進んでいくのか、そしてプレイヤーである皆さん自身が今回の物語からどういったものを感じ考えていただけるのか、僕自身も非常に楽しみにしつつ制作を進めています。
I'm really looking forward to seeing how meeting the Mamulja will change your adventure, and also how you specifically will feel about them and what you will take from this story.
That shit we threw together while smoking weed in the office.
さてさて、じゃあここからはですね、各種システムのアップデート、それからコンテンツについて、お伝えしていきます。
So now let's move on to system updates and more details about the individual content.
Okay, system updates. This is gonna be the juicy stuff that we actually care about.
全体をお話ししていこうと思います。そして 7.X シリーズにも触れていきます。
So we will be giving an overview of all of 7.0 as well as 7.x, including as much new information as we can share right now.
Okay.
すみません、まずは何度もお伝えして恐縮
Level cap increased, we knew that.
皆さんのレベルキャップが100になります。
As we've said a few times, the level cap will be raised to 100.
Hear me out. What if they increase it to 99
14からやってるよという方
and then never release another expansion
How many of you have been
again?
playing since 1.0?
お、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございま
Thank
す。
you.
皆さんとはね、足掛け13
How many of you have been playing since 1.0?
になりました。
What is wrong with all of
It's
you?
been more than 13 years together.
199 or bust?
うわ、すごい。コメントでもたくさんね。
No, no, no. The actual final level cap's just gonna be 255.
A comment as well.
我々今こんな場所で各賞についてお届けできているので本当にありがとうございます。
Thank you all so much. We've gotten to this point because of you.
もちろん、申請スタートのタイミングから始めてくださった方、最近始めてくださった方も含めて、光の選手の皆さんがいてくださるからこそここまでね、我々開発チームの長い旅でも
FF8 has. Oh, so it's because of Gunbreaker that we can have max level 100. I see. I see.
しないので本当にありがとうございます。
Of course, all of you who joined from 2.0 and those of you who have started playing recently as well are equally important. We could not have gone on this long, long journey of 10 years without you and reached this milestone of a 3-digit level cap.
さあ、では今日お伝えしたピクトマンサーも含め、7.0 ではバイパーとピクトマンサー2つのジョブが実装となります。
So including Pictomancer that we introduced today, as well as Viper, we will have 2 new jobs in 7.0.
ちょっと質問
All right, we have Zidane and Realm. Those are our 2 new jobs.
バイパーやるぞっていう方。
Who's going to play as Viper?
お、3割、4割ぐらい。
Maybe
ありがとうございます。
25, 30%? Yeah.
ピクトマンサーやるわっていう方。
Who's going to play Pictomancer?
お、多いな。
Wow, there's a lot of you.
There's a lot of people who just kept their hand up.
何言ってんだよ。
I mean, I'll grab both for sure.
Who's going to play everything?
当然やろみたいな感じでありがとうございます。
Everyone's like, yeah, obviously I'm going to do that. Thank you.
I don't think my alt's gonna grab either, though.
コメントでもそりゃそうだろう。
Of course.
まずはピクトマンサー、バイパー、どっちもやる。結局全部やるって書いていただいてます。ありがとうございます。
A lot of folks saying, I'm going to do both. I'm going to play them all. Thank you so much.
新ジョブだけじゃなくて、他の
We're gonna grab all the jobs and we're gonna throw it into a
レベル
dick.
キャップ解放された新たなアクション追加されますし、大きなメンテナンスが入る場合もありますので、既存のジョブもですね、しっかりアップデートしていこうと思います。
Of course, it won't just be our new jobs.
Derp Cat won't get
with the level cap being raised, we'll be adding new actions. And
Eags has the higher
updating
item
previous
level.
jobs as
Eags is
well.
my main.
では続いてバトルコンテンツ、ちょっと基礎バトルコンテンツ、新情報も含めてですね、いろいろお話ししていこうと思います。
So let's talk about the core battle content, including some new info.
もうこの辺り今表示されているものは今回もしっかりありますよということをお伝えするだけです。
Of course, as far as everything on this screen goes, we just want to let you know that we will. Of
I'm a little
course be
surprised that
adding
Realm is keeping the exact same outfit for
もちろん多数
Pictomancer.
の新ダンジョンご用意してあります。
And of course, we'll be having many new dungeons.
No more
制
cards.
作非常に順調に進ん
There'd
でい
have
ます。
the cards have to return for the
progress on
ten new
dungeons is
levels.
going quite well, actually.
今回はですね、その制作が進んでいて、ストーリーのネタバレにならない。
We'll just power level.
動画としてちょっと編集して
We'll end up power leveling.
ご紹介したいと思います。
I'd like to share a video. This is of the dungeons that are well underway, and also that will not be spoilers
Brain.
for you.
どうぞ。
We'll just power level Pictomancer and Viper up to 90, and then Omni Job from 90 to 100 after clearing MSQ. All right, we have a darker theme of the main expansion theme as for a dungeon, as we expected, or as we should have expected. I'm still really curious how the heck this purple cyberpunk vibe fits into any of this. It's so like out of left field.
まだ曲はモックアップなので、これが最終クオリティだと思わないでねって言ってると思いますんで、お伝えしておきます。
I will tell you I have a message from Soken, which is that this version of the music is just a draft. It's not done yet.
Okay.
制作の方非常に順調に進んでおります。いくつかのダンジョンはですね、僕の
Soken's just like, stop judging. I ain't done yet.
ちらほら出始めております。
Leave me alone.
But our progress with the dungeons really is proceeding well. I've gotten to the point of my first stage of quality checks on some of them.
続いて、ちょっと敵側のことを見ていこうと思います。
Now it's like to take a look at a few enemies.
Oh, I am not ready for buff Cactuar. Nor am I ready for Mayan Gundam.
So we have the ones we've introduced so far, Valigarmanda, Eliminator, and there are also some interesting monsters outside of the major bosses.
ちょっと筋トレしすぎた感ありますよね。
This thing looks like it lifts, perhaps too much.
We're talking about the dragon, right?
筋肉質なサボテンダーに見えるんですけど、どうやら名前はバレルテンダーというらしいです。
So this super buff Sabotender is called the Barrel Tender.
The barrel tender. My God.
I can't imagine it will do much rather than just punch the heck out of you.
Cactuar is injecting it. The buff Cactuar looks ridiculous. I know, right? I love it, but it's so dumb. It's so amazing, but it's so dumb. I love it.
Part of it is experiencing these unique monsters as well.
I love it more than I do the Lunar Tender.
And of course, while you're fighting, you will want these duty support updates on your journey.
All right. Buff Cactuar's here to pump you up. I'm sorry, I need to do it right. Buff Cactuar's here to pump you up.
Given that Kryle has changed to Pictomancer, I feel like she will be making her duty support debut.
As we expected.
Congratulations, Kryle.
ちょっとね、僕クルルさんにはちょっと歌詞が大きな歌詞が1個消せないやつがずっとあるんで。
That is true. I technically don't have to worry about my dungeon queue times at all.
仮だった。もうやばいのが1個あるんでね、もうちょっとずつお願いしていこうかなと思います。
I feel like really overwhelmed, so let's use this to pay her back.
コンテンツサポーターたちはストーリー上でのボスとの戦いと。
Rabbit, thank you for giving me the sub to Mir Costa. Sorry I turned down the volume. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything though.
I think you'll find these updates very useful.
Thank you very much.
Progressing through the story.
Greatly appreciated. New gear and recipes. I am live, right? Okay.
Of course, as it's an expansion, we will have a lot of new gear and recipes.
Of course. What are you willing to show us?
登場する新装備というのは全て第一次グラフィックスアップデートの仕様によって最初から豪華に作られていますので、7.0 の新装備のクオリティというところにもぜひご注目ください。
So all of the new gear that is implemented in 7.0 will have the
10,000 needles, more like 10,000
so
reps.
Definitely take a look at that quality once you get in game.
では開発中ではありますが、スクリーンショットいくつか持ってきたのでご紹介します。
These are still in development, but we did bring a few screenshots, so let's take a look.
こちら左から召喚士、侍、賢者、ガンブレーカーとなってますね。
All right, this is most likely going to be the relic gear. Or not the relic, artifact gear.
どうしてもスクリーンショットでは分かりにくいんですが、今
I
回
like the Gunbreaker artifact gear there.
に異なる素材感という、それから質感、シワの入れ方っていうのまで相当こだわって作ってます。
It's a little bit hard to tell from the screenshots, but each element of these outfits, in terms of textures, quality, and details, are really much improved.
今回は特に布系の質感というのがですね、非常に豪華になっているので、ちょっとご注目いただければと思います。
I think especially the quality of the cloth really stands out.
手に入れた際にはですね、ぜひ、冒険ゆっくり一段落してからでいいので、じっくりちょっと装備というのも見ていただけると、開発チーム喜ぶと思います。
Of course, over the course of your adventure, once you have time
Another
for a
chat says
break, I
that's
hope you'll take a
Gunbreaker,
close
not
look at this gear. That would make the devs really happy.
not what you call it.
そしてこちら貴公子
Oh no, there's our machinist. So that was Gunbreaker.
です。
Machinist looks good
So
too.
here we have
Not as good though.
Machinist Reaper.
Astro looks like they stole Black Mage's clothes.
光の当たり具合だとあれですね、貴公子のあたり分かりやすいかもしれないですね、クオリティ。
I think the quality might be easiest to see with the Machinist.
Reaper went ahead and stole clothes from Lulu's closet.
というのをリリースギリギリまで続けていきます。
And we will continue brushing up and improving this gear right until release.
もちろん、ジョブ専用装備だけでなくおしゃれ装備というところにもご注目ください。
Of course, it won't just be job gear. We'll also have plenty of fashionable gear for you as well.
では装備もちらっとね、ご紹介しましたので次の項目進みたいと思います。
All right, so let's move on.
新たな生活系の大規模コンテンツ
Not gonna know Red Mage feels bad.
お話をさせていただいてました。
We have told you that there will be expansive new lifestyle content.
企画内容がですね、
We added
固まり
Stardew.
ましたので、
We just
ちょっと
skipped the
コンセプ
steps.
トアートをご紹介していきたいと思います。
And finally, our teams have come together, so we
Gee,
do
thanks,
have
Kane.
concept art of that to show you.
こちらです。
Thanks, Kane. I would have never known it was Red Mage. That Red Mage lamb was gonna be red.
どこ行くんだよっていう感じなんですけど、
Wow, where are we going now?
ご覧の通りですね。次
Are we restoring the moon?
さまざまな惑星に訪れて
Are we about to build a housing district on the moon?
Perhaps you can guess the next lifestyle content will take you to various different planets.
一つの星だとね、なんかちょっと絵が変わらないじゃない
Island
ですか。
Sanctuary.
今回
Now to other
今は行くと
planets.
ころも
What
考
the
えてですね、いろんなシチュエーションの惑星にちょっと行っていただこうかなと思ってます。
If it was just one, you wouldn't get much variety in the scenery, so we thought we'd give you a bunch so you could get a sense of progress.
なんかね、西方のトラル大陸で冒険だとか言ってるのに、お、じゃあちょっとあの星行って
Nah, we have the same gravity on the moon, unfortunately.
You're thinking, oh, all right, let me go on an adventure to the continent of Tyrol, but let me just pop over to this other planet also.
こちらのコンテンツタイトルこのようになってい
Let me go.
ます。コスモエクスプローラーと言います。
The name of this content will be Cosmic Exploration.
こちらのコンテンツはですね、ソロでもちろん参加することはできますけど、皆さんで力を合わせて発展させていくものになっています。
You can, of course, play this content solo, but it's really intended for everyone to work together to make progress.
この向かう先エリアっていうのもですね、パッチアップデートが進んでいくことによって
Starfield except
テーマ
better.
とする惑星が変わっていきます。
So they went ahead and said we're gonna do Cyberpunk 2077 better,
That you were working on will change.
and we're gonna do Starfield but better.
そこでね、どんな
Okay
ドラマ
then.
が待ち受けているのか。メインクエストとは異なりますが、パッチ 7.X シリーズ順次こう展開されていく、長期間のコンテンツになっていますので、ぜひご注目ください。
It'll be a little bit different than the main scenario, but definitely keep an eye out for this and think about what kind of places you'll visit and what will happen there.
あれですね、セイントセイヤの話をしている人が多いですね。
A lot of people talking about Saint Seiya.
もうコスモって言ったらもう世代によってはすぐそうなっちゃうんですよね。
To most of us, if we say the word Cosmo, we think of Saint Seiya in a certain generation.
さあ燃やしていきましょう。
Let's go.
さらなるこのコンテンツの詳細はですね、今後またプロデューサーレターライブなどで、順次お伝えしていこうと思います。ご期待ください。
We will tell you more about this content in PLLs coming up.
さあ続いては
Oh.
こちら、新たなアライアンスレイドについてです。
Oh man, story-wise, I don't care about the new alliance raid. I only care mechanically.
アライアンスレイドどうなるか
Like these sort of crossover alliance raids, I'm just like Snoresville, like story-wise.
なんと21年を誇るファイナルファンタジー
Master Orion instead. Whoops.
でお届けしてまいります。
So as we've told you before, this Alliance raid will be based on FF11, who is our great senpai in the field of MMOs, having been running for 21 years now.
今、開発制作を進めるにあたっていろんなコンセプトアートやイメージアートを進めているところなんですが、1枚ちょっとご紹介させていただこうと思います。
We've been progressing on this development, and so we have various concept art, of which we'll show you one today.
これ、あ、
This means literally nothing to me because I don't know anything about FF11.
多分やってる方はご存知かと思いますが、こちら闇王と呼ばれる存在です。
Those of you who played FF11 will probably know, but this guy is called the Shadow Lord.
まあどんな登場をするのか、それから他にね、どんなボス。
Why is he so bright if he's the Shadow Lord?
ストーリーはどうなるのか気になる。
I'm sorry, it's the first dumb thought that entered my brain.
I'm sure you're very interested to know how he shows up, what other characters you'll see, and what the story is overall.
こちらもですね、プロデュースされたライブで詳細ね、さらに近づいてきたらお伝えしていきますが、このエコーズ・オブ・バナディール、パッチ 7.1 からスタートしてまいりますので、まあ、パッチ 7.0 終わって、こちらまたね注目していただければと思います。
So we will give you more details in future PLLs, but for now, just know that Echoes of Vanadil is coming from 7.1.
はい、ではアライアンスレイドを紹介しましたので、こちら新たな
New 8-player raid. What are we going to learn from the 8-mans? What's our new raid tier? What's going to be our savages?
Story coming with the 8-man raid.
さあ、こちらもですね、コンセプトアートが仕上がりましたので、そちらを見ていただこうかなと思います。
We have a concept art for that as well, so let's start by taking a look.
Ooh.
拡張パッケージのね、アートとかけ離れ
So our raid tier is going to be cyberpunk AF.
This is really different from our art for the expansion in general.
GPU って言ってる。
Is this a GPU or what?
It's the RTX 5090. We found it.
I definitely see a graphic board in there.
ツイッチと YouTube、特にツイッチがですね、すごい型番めっちゃ連呼してますねみんな。
You don't all know a lot about this hardware.
まあ一体どこなのかね。そうなんだろう。
That's where they all went. This was the cause of the GPU shortage of the pandemic. They all went here.
皆さんグラボっぽいなって言ってるやつ、あれがレイドの舞台です。
But that thing you think looks like a graphics board, that is actually the stage for our raid.
冷却したくなるって言ってる。
Don't stand the fans.
こちらレイドタイトル決まっております。
The raid title has been decided, and it is
四天の座アルカディアというシリーズが、こちらレイドタイトル
The
になります。
Arcadian.
さてどんな物語になるんでしょ
The Arcadian. What sort of story will it be, I wonder?
う。こちらもですね、レイドならではの多数の新キャラクター登場予定となっています。
Of course, there will be myriad new characters coming with this raid.
物語はですね、
No, it's all returning. The Feistos returns for no reason. Just to torture me some more.
And the story itself will be a complete FF14 original.
Good.
もちろんですね、ストーリーを進めていく、まあ、難易度ノーマルと、難易度が高い例式それぞれちゃんと用意してあります。
Of course, we will have the normal mode for you to enjoy the story, as well as the higher difficulty Savage.
パッチ 7.0 リリースから
I am sure
1ヶ月ぐらいで
that Savage will go fine.
順次公開していく予定ですので、ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。
We will be releasing normal and Savage in sequence about 1 month after 7.0.
まあ、
Oh!
焦っちゃうんでね。はい。
If it was at the same time, you'd feel rushed, I think.
さあでは、
Okay,
レイドを
okay.
紹介しましたので、
So that is our 8-person
We
raid.
get 1 month. Like before I thought it was like 2 weeks
どれぐらいいますか？
after
And who likes
the
the
X.0.
highest difficulty raids?
that was the same as Endwalker. Oh, I didn't pay enough attention during Endwalker as far as when raids come out because I didn't have people that said you go raid, go raid, go raid.
絶に関してのお話です。
And we will have a new Ultimate Raid.
次なるですね、絶も現在企画制作順調に進んでおります。
The planning and development for this is already moving along.
さて、今回何がテーマになるかと言いますと、
As for the theme,
何でしょう。
what will it be?
Shinryu.
聞いてみよう。ゼノス。
Xenos.
I mean, yeah.
こちらどうですか、どなたか。知性獣。なるほどね。順番に来とるやんと。なるほど、うんと言ってますね。知性獣ね。知性獣以外で何かありま
We're
すか。
thinking we're going to go in order of.
エデン。なるほど、エデン。
Out of nowhere.
エデンね。
Eden.
Well, me, I guess.
次なる絶コンテンツは希望のそのエデンのとあるストーリーを
Okay, then.
モチーフとした内容になります。
So part of the story from Eden will be our theme.
こちらのアート見覚えもちろんありますよね、光の戦士の皆さん。
I'm sure you remember this art.
レイドタイトルは絶もう一つの未来という名称になりました。
And so the title will be Futures Rewritten Ultimate.
この名称ですね、パッチ 5.4 のパッチタイトルにもかかってます。
Futures
その時のものです。
As you know, this is also the name of patch 5.4 and along with its art.
Oh, it's just the same as the patch, okay. I thought that was going to be a hint that Mr. Ozma worked on this too.
ごめん、それらをですね、モチーフにどんな戦いとかシチュエーションが待っているのか、ぜひですね、レイド好きな皆さんお待ちください。
This is even now a popular story and very popular characters. So please look forward to what we will do with them in this raid.
こちらの絶
I'm curious too, even though I don't know if I'll be like up to snuff to actually do the raid. Our favorite
We are
lesbians.
planning to release this ultimate in 7.1.
まあぜひね、ゆっくりちょっと挑んでいただけると嬉しいです。
So we hope you'll take your time with it.
さあ次、コンテンツの継続してアップデートしていきますよというお知らせだけしておきます。
Now just some quick updates on our ongoing content updates.
Red Mage is still terrible. We refuse to buff it.
アップデートしていきますので、こちら
Kappa chicken.
We have quite a few things we'll be updating.
Blue Mage coming. Gold Saucer updates. New PvP. A whole lot of like general whatevs.
So basically all you need to know is that we will be updating all of these things over the course of 7.x.
So one thing to note here, they say new variant dungeon. They're saying nothing about Criterion, which was the hard versions of variant dungeons. I still wonder
Hildebrand is
if they're going to continue Criterion or not, because it was such a flop with the way they implemented it.
Really wants to do it, so there will be more Hildebrand.
I bet they still want to do it.
スタートするのは 7.1 からになります。まあ 7.0 はね、皆さんメインストーリーやジョブのレベルアップで忙しいと思うので、7.1 からいろんなものがスタートしていくことになります。
Our major PvP updates will be starting from 7.1 because we feel you have plenty to keep you occupied with 7.0.
それからですね、世界中でかなりお声を
Field operations.
しているこちら。
What do you mean by that?
探索型コンテンツと呼んでいるものをちょっとお知らせしておきます。
And we've received a lot of feedback on this subject, so we want to talk a little bit about new field operations.
一部ですね、インタビュー等ではちょっと
What are field
お話ししているん
operations?
ですが、パッチ 7.x シリーズではエウレカとかボズヤに続くフィールドをイメージした探索型の新たな大型のコンテンツも今計画中です。
I've mentioned this a bit in interviews, but in 7.x we will be introducing something in the style of Eureka and Bosnia, a new field operation.
Oh, the exploration content.
となるように現在企画を進めています。
This will be something for a lot of players to participate in simultaneously in order to clear.
今後の続報をぜひちょっとお待ちください。
So please wait a bit and we'll give you some more information.
Oh, you're not gonna tell us shit. Just that it's coming. There are so many X's on that stage.
Yeah, the times have really changed because I remember when we started with Eureka, everyone was like, oh, Eureka?
まあでも諦めずにですね、しっかり遊びのね、そういった枠の遊びの一つとして、まあアップデートやり。
Yeah, we learned we'd rather do Eureka than gather up 1,500 grindable tomestones and ruin gathering economies.
シリーズ、次なる探索型作っていきますので、ぜひですね、一緒に楽しんでいただければと思います。
But we saw it through to the end, and we worked hard to develop the content into something that a lot of people ended up enjoying. And we have taken a break for a while, but it will be back now, and we look forward to developing more similar field operations.
そしてコンテンツに関してなんですが、もう一個お知らせをして終わっていこうかなと思います。
Okay, just one more announcement, content-wise.
欧州ファンフェスでお伝え
All right, no new news. We're here to tell. They didn't even tell. They didn't say Fem Hrothgar is gonna be a playable race. If you notice that,
So we announced before.
we know
that
there is
we'll be
Fem
having a
Hrothgar.
limited
They
job,
didn't say it's
released
playable
in the latter
yet.
half of 6.0.
We just heavily assume that it is.
ジョブ名だけお伝えしておこうと思います。
What time is it right
Today we'll
now?
tell you just the name of this job.
Oh, we are gonna get a name. It is Beastmaster.
魔術界を実装させていただきます。
Beastmaster.
まあリミテッドジョブですので、
Okay,
遊
okay.
べるし、リミテッドジョブ同士のパーティーでも遊べるような企画というのも今使用作成進み始めてい
You
ます。
get to go play a Pokemon Master in
As a
addition
limited
to
job,
gathering your
we are
spells as a
proceeding,
blue mage.
With plans to allow you to play solo or in parties with other limited jobs.
まあ魔術界という名前ですので、何かしらねこうちょっと収集的な要素もご用意したいと考えていますので、まあこちらについてもねちょっと 7.x シリーズの後半にはなりますが、情報よりアートとかね出していけるようになったら、続報 PLL 等でお伝えしていこうと思います。
As it is Beastmaster, we are thinking of having some kind of collection feature to go with it, obviously. Once we have art and more information, we will share it with you.
はい。さて、新情報、まあ、交えながらですね、7.0 とか 7.x シリーズの展開をここまでお伝えしてまいりました。
So that is our updates about 7.0 and 7.x.
第1次、次、グラフィックスアップデートの進捗状況をお伝えしてまいろうと思います。
But I do also want to take a moment to talk about the graphics update and its current progress.
今回はグラフィックスアップデートもですね、随分大詰めになってきました。今バグとひたすら戦っているところです。皆さんのプレイヤーキャラクターどうなっていくのか、その種族がどうなったのか気になっているかと思います。
So it is proceeding quite well, but as a massive update, we're currently contending with bugs. But I'm sure you want to see how all the different races are coming along.
皆さんのお使いのすべての種族についてちょっとお伝えしていこうかなと思います。
So I will now show you a little bit about each race that you might want to play.
まずこちらヒューランミッドランダー男性からお伝えしていきましょう。
So let's start with a Huron Midlander male.
ここからですね、皆さん画面を見て左側が、今のグラフィックスの状態、右に新しいバージョン、
Okay,
ア
okay.
ップデートが入った状態を表示していきますので、ご理解ください。
That's
So
RTX
on the
off.
left, we'll be showing,
Now, what about
the current
RTX
or original
on?
version, and on the right, we'll be showing the new version with the graphics update.
こちらがヒューラングラフィックスアップデート版だとこのようになります。
So with the update, this hero will look like this.
As you can see, his eyes actually have a sense of life in it, and a slight desire to not Fantasia into Catboy.
顔各ねパーツ高解像度化されてかなりね見栄えするようになったんじゃないかなと思います。
So as you can see, the hair is a lot more clearly defined, and also the texture resolution.
Yeah, the background actually has quite a bit more detail too.
でまあ繰り返し言ってますけど、 もっとなんかギラギラバキバキにすることも
Sorry, I dropped a
できるん
thing.
ですけど、まあ皆さんの持ってる
Fantasia and the Lala. No, 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 no. That's what the Ellison Fantasia into.
違いがいまいちわからんっていうのはある意味ちょっと褒め言葉のような気もしてます。
Male here is Fantasia and the Cat Girl.
We could do more, you know, change things more.
All
change things
Ellison's
more.
Fantasia and the
We also
Lalafell.
wanna keep the image of the characters the same. So honestly, if you think
Some people are just deranged and start off as
それ
Lalafell.
からですね、各種族初期装備、種族装備ありますよね。あれも今回すべてグラフィッ
That's how
ク
this
ス
works.
対応しています。
Also, the starting gear for each race will be included in this graphics update as well.
チェックも僕のチェックも終わりましたので、初期装備、各種族の種族装備のクオリティアップにもご注目ください。
My quality checks on that are already done, so definitely take a look at that starter gear when you can.
続いてヒューランミッドランダー女性です。
Here is the Midlander female.
こちらがですね、現行の状態。
What, Seth?
Here's the original.
そしてこちらがアップデート版となります。
Oh my God! Updated was shown to say that content shown is under development and subjected to change. That was the change.
唇のね、艶表現なんかもう各種族パワーアップしてますね。
The hair is much more detailed though.
As you can see, the hair texture as well as the way that the volume is portrayed are quite different. And also for each race, we've made some improvements to lip shine.
あとはですね、頬に落ちてる影をちょっと見ていただければいいんですが、かなり自然にセルフシャドウ滑らかに、落ちるようになりま
Don't
した。
judge Lala's,
And also,
but
if you
why?
take a look at the shadows on her cheeks, you can see
Lala's
that they are
judge me. I can judge them back.
さあ続いてハイランダー男性です。
Now we have a Highlander male
新しいバージョンがこちら。
with the new version.
Why does his beard have less detail?
凹凸、それに対してのこう影の表現、それから肌ツヤの光沢みたいな
His
ところ。
beard now just looks like a paint smear.
I think the muscle definition, as well as the shadows that go along with it, and the shine of the skin are very clear here.
まあ今まではね
Otherwise, the rest of it looks great.
テクスチャーでなんとか馴染ませていたみたいな部分がより自然な形になったんじゃないかなと思います。
Yes, before we sort of had a mishmash of textures looking there, but it's a lot smoother now.
さあでは続いてハイランダー女性見てみましょう。
And now for a Highlander female.
こちらが
That's the original. And as you can see after, she looks much more angry at you for
こちら
judging
がグ
her.
ラフィックスアップデート版となってい
And
ます。
updated.
まあ、目鼻立ちっていうのが、まあ、非常に鮮明になって、例えば髪の生え際なんかもかなり自然になったんじゃないかなと思います。
As you
We'll
can
have to
see
see
from
how
along
it
the
looks,
natural,
but like
especially
some
around
parts
the
of it look
hairline.
way duller.
あとはこう目元の精悍さみたいなところよりはっきりしましたので、やっぱり目元のキャラメイクっていうのは今回どの種族もかなり幅が広がったと思います。
And around the eyes are also the features are much better defined, so that will allow you to get a lot more specific.
Yeah, around the eyes, it actually is like a much more detailed.
さあ続いてはエレゼン見ていきましょう。エレゼン男性です。
Take a look at the Ellison male
こちらがグラフィックスアップデート版。
and the updated version.
まあやっぱり目を引くのはね、髪の毛の詳細、それから耳の表現の自然さなんかっていうところが結構こだわりポイントですね。
There is
What
still
I
a lot of
noticed
neck.
most about this, is
Wait,
the
are we sure the one on the right is the
hair,
updated version?
as well as the characteristic ears.
まああとこの頬骨
Yeah, I
の
guess
あたりの
so.
特徴という
There's
のも
more definition in the
まあ
hair.
結構ちょっとポリゴンが露出したような状態だったのが吸盤なんですけど、今回骨格表現が非常に滑らかになったんじゃないかなと思います。
The cheekbones as well, we were having some polygon issues before, but they look much better defined.
まあちょっとね若返って
Can you show some of these polygon
You
issues?
might look a bit younger and fresher than before.
I mean, that's good, 'cause frickin' Ellison need help. You notice how they have like a turtleneck on the female Ellison to try and minimize the amount of giraffe going
The
on?
updated version.
まあもう特にね全体的にやっぱり
There is a lot more detail in the neck actually now. And now they covered it up so we can't see it.
14ならではのリアルさみたいなところにちょっと近づけられたんじゃないかと思います。
So with the increased poly count, I think it's become a lot more natural, and it should be easier for you to get a sense of realism with your character, or perhaps realism in an FF14 sense.
Okay, but do female Eldons still have to be full-on giraffe? What's up, Rakadactylus? How you do?
しきれない状態でちょっと浮いて見えるんですけど、この影のセルフシャドウのあたりもかなり自然に。
By the way, Rakadactylus, we're glad for you and your role in the FF6 opera. You played a great role.
あとはこれちょっと素材感の話が分かりやすいんですけど、種族装備のこの首元のレザーをちょっと見ていただくと、めちゃめちゃそのグラフィックスアップデート版革の模様が。
I know you went under an alias, but I mean, Dractoraculus was very clearly just you, obviously.
The color of her gear, you can see the improvement to the material quality of the leather.
これはグラフィックスアップデートされてる
Yeah, the leather actually.
装備にはやっぱ革の表現もこれ一つじゃないので。
Like this definitely looks better. I still don't like the fact there is like a foot-long neck.
その素材感ぜひ注目してみてください。
With this update, it's not just like there's leather that has a singular texture. There are a lot of different qualities of leather that we were able to portray, and cloth as well. So definitely take a close look.
では続いて、元からイケメンの代名詞であるミコテ男性です。
So these are our classic pretty boys, the male Mikote.
もういいんじゃないかな。It's
pretty good looking already.
こちらがアップデート版となります。
This is the updated version.
まあやっぱ唇のツヤとかですね、髪の毛のこうふんわりした雰囲気、目元のこういうシャープさっていうところがより
I'm not gonna comment. Nope. I'm not gonna say the thought that went in my head. Nope. No siree. Nope.
But the lip shine, the hair and its sort of fluffy texture, and the sharpness around the eyes are all improved with this new version.
ラハがさらにイケメンになってしまうなこれ。
I think Graha's going to be even more of a hottie now.
さあ、ではミコテ女性見ていきましょ
う。And let's take a look at the Mikote female.
はい、こちらが現行版となります。
This is the original.
そしてこちらがアップデート版です。
And the update.
この肌の褐色っていう表現もですね、まあ単なるこれまではちょっと色の調整みたいな形だったんですが。 よりこうやってツヤが出せるようになって。
Remember in the EU FanFest when they were trying to show stuff updated and like we literally couldn't tell the difference? Here there is a slight update, like we can tell the direction they're kind of going to be going and what we're going to see.
So with dark skin, previously we only had the ability to sort of change the color of your skin, but now we have this improved shine and depth. So that even if your character is in a dark environment, you will still be able to see the features of your skin.
まあ特に面白いのが東京ドームのバックスクリーンの並んでる映像を見ると、
We'll see on the Blue Mooney.
ライティング環境下なんですけど、もう全然やっぱり鮮明さが右と左で違うのがね。
There's like some aspects that look like slightly worse, but I feel there are parts that aren't finished yet.
Really, but they look totally different.
さあ続いて、
But we'll definitely
こち
see.
らルガディン男性です。
Continuing on to a Rugadin male.
Wait, it's been pronounced Rugadin this whole
こ
time?
ちらがグラフィックスアップデート版。
This is the updated version.
Like here the eyes look duller.
純粋に全部パワーアップみたいな感じになってます。
I just feel like generally we have powered him up.
もともとのこの
Chadigan.
凹凸表現というのが、
We're in. I'll answer later. I'll answer later. We're in the middle of this.
In general, all of the limitations we had before had a really significant effect on Rugadin faces in particular, but I think that the update has really improved them.
僕のフレンドにもね、やっぱルガディンすごいこだわって使ってる方いるんですけど、さらにね、まあそのフレンドがどういったこう調整してくるのかちょっと個人的に楽しみだったりします。
I have a friend who is really obsessed with Rugadin, so I look forward to seeing how he will adjust his character in light of these updates.
はい、では続いて
I am more blown away that it's pronounced Rugadin and not
Let's
Rogadin.
take a look at a female Rugadin.
こちらが現状の状態です。
This is current.
そしてアップデートにより
And updated.
こういった形となります。 あら、ありがとうございます。大きな拍手をいただいてます。ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
まあ、ルガディン女性、やっぱりこう男性と同様にですね、各パーツ制約の非常に多い状態でこれまでね、開発されていた状態でした。
So similar to the males, each part of the female face was really affected by the limitations we had.
ただやっぱりこうパーツそれぞれの精度が非常に今回高くなったことによって、まあなんかパーツ
I mean, the update is going to be mostly just shaders and textures. Like, that's the big thing.
But because we've been able to improve each part, they now blend together better. It looks less like they're just sort of a bunch of objects and shapes assembled.
あとはこう肌の表現とか、その頬にライトが当たった時のその肌の透明感みたいなところ、何の話してんだ俺、透明感とかそういったところにもご注目ください。
Also, the skin, overall, how it looks, sort of the clarity of the skin is also improved.
だんだん化粧品のアピールしてるような気分になってきたね。
I feel like a makeup commercial right now.
続いてララフェルです。ララフェル。
Oh boy.
Next, Lala female.
Oh boy.
こちらがアップデート版。
And updated.
もうね、違いがわからないぐらいこだわってアップデートしました。
So we actually tried so hard to update this that we maybe can't tell the difference.
まあ髪はね、まあわかりやすいアップデートなんですけど、まあ瞳とか肌とか、これはもうね、見てください。
Am I insane or are they the same picture?
Tell the difference, but the skin and eyes have also been improved as well.
とにかくララフェルの男性女性に関してはイメージを維持したまま。
Alright, I guess Lalafell just get the shaft.
ってないじゃん。でもよく見たらすげえみたいなところにめちゃくちゃこだわりま
Like,
したん
the
で。
only difference I can see
We tried really
is in the
hard to
scarf
maintain the
and the
image we
pin.
had
It's
of
like just the
Lala
clothes
while
is
still making the
different.
individual improvements.
可愛らしい、まあお人形のようなね雰囲気っていうのは維持しつつですね、まぶたのポリゴン。
A little bit in the hair, but very, very slight.
より自然にしてですね、頬のラインはよりちょっと丸くね、綺麗に出るようにかなり細かく調整してます。3回ぐらい。
Eyes are shiny. Oh yeah, eyes are a bit shinier, yeah.
So while maintaining this sort of cute and doll-like appearance of the Lalafells, we did make adjustments.
Can we please not have a doll-like appearance in the Lalafells? I don't need to be rescue killed by dolls. Okay, thanks.
あとですね、初期装備のちょっと襟元見てください。これまでのこちらもね、素材に比べてそう素材の質感までこう表現されてる。さっきはね革でしたけど、こちら布で確認できるかと思います。
If you take a look at the gear here, you can see that the cloth, similar to the leather from earlier, is much improved.
Yeah.
はい、では続いて、ララフェル女性いきましょう。
Now we'll take a look at a Lalafell female.
このようになってます。
Here the shine is much more noticeable.
ララフェル女性もですね、やっぱり先ほどお伝えした通り、男性と
And like I noticed this on the Blue Mooney too, that the darker skins do feel more muted than the lighter skin tones, and I'm glad to see this kind of change. Like this looks like a much better upgrade.
Making them look more natural while still keeping them very cute.
That being said, the hair is still clipping. There and there, it is the hair is still
特
clipping.
に今回ね、サンプルとして褐色の肌にしてきましたけど、よりこう顔の滑らかさが分かりやすいはずなので、もう比べたら一目瞭然、どれだけやっぱり動かした時に自然に見えるかっていうところこだわっていますので、ララフェル使ってる人多分いっぱいいますよね。
So with the dark skin, I think it's pretty obvious the quality of the skin on the face and the depth of the structure there. Do we have a lot of Lalafells here?
いますよね。いっぱいいますよ
There's
ね。
some. There's some. Oh,
ラ
yeah,
ラフ
there's
ェ
quite
ル
a
ね
bit.
上の方にもたくさんいますよね。あ、すごい言
I see
って
what
る言
top.
ってる。もうそうなんですよ。ララフェルはもうとにかくもう。
I'm surprised the audience is being very quiet.
And a lot on the stream as well.
はい、では続いてアウラ男性です。
Oh boy.
An aura male.
こちら、アップデート版となってます。
And here's the updated version.
まあやはりこう暗い、肌にした時の、まあ、肌の質感表現というのはめちゃくちゃ分かりやすいですし、
There's more detail on the horns. A bit more detail on like the chin scales and the craggling there. Here, there's a bit more.
Texture of the dark skin is
I don't know what
improved,
that
and also
top
we are
is, but
taking
here
on
it
board
looks
your feedback,
worse.
from what we showed previously, and we are continuing to improve the horn and scales.
Otherwise, like, I don't see much difference here.
I think the texture, the improved texture.
You missed
really
updated
help out with the horns
Lalafell's
and scales.
stuff.
これでヨハイさんにもナーマが見つかるといい。
There wasn't much of a difference
I hope,
with
I hope
updated
a certain
Lalafells.
man can find his Nama now that he's graphically improved.
He will not be able to find his Nama.
Let's look at an Aura female now.
こちらが現行版です。
It's the original
こちらがアップデート版とな
and
っ
the
てま
updated.
す。もともとアウラ滑らかなね肌の雰囲気
Scales are brighter. It's the first thing I noticed.
表現して鮮明でまあ美しくっていうところがポイントです。
Details a little better here.
So these Aura females already had quite a smooth and delicate appearance, but we think we've been
A
able
little bit more detail on the horns.
アウラはですね目元
It's okay. It's okay.
専用のシェーダーと呼ばれている専用の描画をここ目の交際だけに取り入れてますので、これまでのような雰囲気を再現することもできますし、今回のようにね、
She looks-
瞳をより明確に際立たせる。
I'm not gonna allow that on auto mod for obvious reasons. But yeah, I totally agree, Seth. She looks less. I will kill you, and more. I will tolerate you.
In the eyes, like on the updated version example here.
もちろんですね、アウラを使ってらっしゃる方でですね、いやいや、正気のないこう瞳というかね、あれが好きなんだよっていう方いらっしゃるの分かってます。
Damn.
Because we are aware that among the Aura players, some of you really like that currently dead and soulless eye look that they have.
ちゃんとパラメータいじれば再現可能
Argus said I'll be Catboy if male Aura turns ugly, and then later on says he's locked in.
まあぜひですね、各種族こだわりのキャラメイクというのをお楽しみください。
And in general, with
In this
all
outfit,
races, please
there
look
is a
forward
lot
to,
of neck
adjusting your
showing. Not as bad as Ellison, but it's up
そ
there.
こでキャラメイクなんですけど、
What helps it a lot is that there's scales there.
ですよね、皆さんね、キャラクターね。
There's not just like
You
the
wanted to get into
smoothness
creation, don't you,
and
now?
bare neck that really helps Ellison just look like a bloody giraffe.
幻想薬一つプレゼントさせていた
How
だこうと
long is this? Supposedly another 20 minutes.
We're still working out the details, but I do want to get every one of you a free Fantasia along with this.
まあやっぱりね、グラフィック
Okay,
まあ
okay.
クオリティ高くなるよとは言っても、やっぱり皆さんのキャラメイクそれぞれのその数値が今のアップデートされたバージョンと噛み合うとは限らないので、よりですね、皆さんのキャラクターグレードアップさせていただくためにも幻想薬
I give them a lot of props to the free Fantasia, honestly.
ぜひですね、それを
A lot of people are saying this is all just that you have to get a Fantasia.
キャラクター作ってみてください。
You have to buy it to
Obviously,
change what you
even
want.
though
No.
the update will overall raise the quality, there's still the possibility that it won't give you exactly the look that you want right away. So we do want to give you that Fantasia so that you can go into character creation and adjust your character to suit exactly what you imagine.
では続いてロスガルになります。
All right.
Next, we have a Rothgar
こちらがアップデートバージョンです。
and the update.
やっぱり最も大きな恩恵はファーシェーダーと呼ばれるもう毛並み専用のさっきアウラはね目でしたけど、今回ファーシェーダーと呼ばれる
It's a lot in the hair, like right here, or it's actually be here.
実装されましたのでこれが一番大きいです。
A lot of them have gotten a little blurrier.
Distinctive eye shaders on the aura. For the
In certain spots they have.
Distinctive fur shaders that will make their fur more realistic.
これはねもうすみ
All
ませ
right,
ん
I'm just gonna take your word for it that fur shaders will
It's
make it
better
look
if you
better.
can sort of see it for yourself.
はい続いてビエラ男性です。
And now Vieira male.
All right, well, we weren't gonna get our Fem Rothgar reveal there, huh?
I mean, already he looks pretty good.
アップデートです。
And the updated version.
もともと完成度は高いんですけど、今回ね、我々がイメージしていた、理想形により近づけられたんじゃないかなと思ってます。
It's mostly in the hair, a little bit in the
Good,
eyes.
but we think we've brought him closer to our original vision for what the Viera should look like.
His nose looks oddly like much darker than before.
全然違うのが多分分かっていただけると思うので、特徴をですね、より強く表現しやすくなって、キャラメイクの幅広がってますの
Yeah,
で、
we suddenly heard them exactly.
理想のビエラ男性追求してみてください。
JP servers, it's like 80%
So
male
the
Viera.
shadows, of course, are much more natural, and also the distinctive features of the Viera are much easier to draw out now. So please do go in and make the Viera of your dreams.
では続いてビエラ女性です。
And now we have a Viera female as well.
こちら現行の状態。
That's the original
こちらがアップデートバージョンです。
and the updated.
これだけ、黒いね、かなり濃い色。
Okay, okay.
よりダーク寄りのカラーを使っても今回の
Biggest thing that stands out, of course, is the hair. Right here at the
So you
neckline
can see she's quite dark
also stands
skinned,
out quite a
and our
bit.
New shaders can handle that level of dark skin.
正直14、このぐらいの暗さの肌とかテクスチャーが一番実は苦手で、
Just about all of them, all of the models they used look like they need to go the f to sleep.
今回ここまで表現できるようになってます。
Honestly, historically, 14 has been pretty bad in terms of displaying this type of dark skin. You enter a shadowy area and it all looks bad and falls apart. But with our new shaders, that will not be an issue.
この状態でも影による陰影、それから綺麗にね感じられるようになってますし、唇のね艶なんかもしっかり出てるかと思います。
And even with the already dark skin, you can see the effects of lighting and shadow are very natural and look good.
続いてなんですが、グラフィックスアップデートのさらに続き、染色箇所が鈍いになるというお話です。
And now also with the graphics update, we will talk a little bit about our 2 dye channels.
ちょっと
Alright, here we go.
できましたので見ていこうかと思います。
I've brought some sample images, so let's take a look.
これがですね現状の状態。次が今まで染色、このねナイトの専用装備だと、布の部分。
Okay.
布の部分が染色可能でした。
I haven't played with this set, so I don't know.
The original, and then in the middle we have the 1 dye channel dye affecting the cape.
でこれがですね今回鈍い染色可能にな
I'm
るので
assuming dye channel 2 would affect the actual metal.
But now you will have 2 dye channels to be able to create something like this.
鎧本体のカラーがね調整できるようになります。
Okay, okay.
Which allows you to color the armor as well.
続いて、こちらも見てみましょう。こちらがですね今オリジナルの状態。
So this is the original status of this gear.
今までの染色ですね、皮の部分黒にできてた。わかりますね。
And with our current dye capabilities, you can change just the leather color.
それ以外のね布部分っていうのは染色できなくて
Second dye channel is going to affect the shirt.
However, the clothing itself would always remain white.
それが今回2箇所染色できるようになるので、こういった
Okay,
色の
okay,
違いを出せるようになっていきます。
But now you can dye both.
これはカラーのなんだろうこう色変化が分かりやすくしているので、なんか吉田センスねえなとか思わないでくださいね。
So yes, I think you can see the contrast now, and you might be able to judge me for my color choices.
さあ続いても、こちらがオリジナル装備。
Here's the original for a different piece of gear.
続いてこちらがね今まで通り、服の部分ですね、布の部分染色できてました。
And how it looks to dye it right now, just dyeing the cloth bit.
そして今
I
回、
don't even know what this piece is.
染色が鈍いになるのでこういったカラーの変更が可能です。
But in the future, this is what it will look like with 2 dye channels.
ただやっぱり皮全体、皮の部分はですねやっぱりこう装備のデータって細かくなってい
Now, the
て
thing I want confirmation with
同じ皮に見えるんですけど
is this going to
この中央の
affect
胸の部分っていうのは
just
全く素材の違う
current Endwalker dyeable stuff and future, or is it going to
巻き込ん
backtrack?
でできるかっていうとちょっとそうはならないので、こういった
Like the Uraeus coat that I use on Secret Cat. Can I 2-channel dye that?
So the reason that the entire leather is not dyed is actually because the middle piece is a different material system-wise than the rest of it. And this is a limitation that we will still have when creating these new gears with the 2 dye channels. So you'll just have to sort of trust in the aesthetic sense of our design team to make sure that the right parts are being dyed.
So I mean, it's not gonna be the end-all be-all, which is kind of what I expected at least.
皆さんがおしゃれしやすく同一素材の面積が多いところをとにかくちゃんと染色できるように今すべての装備に手を入れてますので、少々お待ちください。
But even though we can't promise that you will be able to dye every single bit, we are doing our best to make sure that we are giving you the best options possible to customize your gear as much as possible with the greatest amount of surface area being dyed. So we are working hard on it, and we thank you for your patience.
See, like, my fear was going to be those be like a belt being it's just like the belt would be the dyeable thing. Is this whole thing just a digital fashion show? That's all FF14 is. You save the world, kill gods, and then after that it's a fashion show.
That is all we have to share about the graphics updates for today, but I will be giving ongoing updates up to the release of Dawntrail in PLLs and such, so please keep an eye out for that.
すいません、ちょっと水もらえないですか?
Can I get some water, please?
今気づいた、用意されてない。あ、来た。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。さすがに口カラッカラだと。すいません、すいません。
Unfortunately, if you stand up here for this long, your throat will get dry.
No.
うまい。うまい。
Amazing.
And it's good water. Always good water.
では続いて、各種お知らせに入っていこうかと思います。
All right, so let's move on to some more additional updates.
で、ここからはですね、この 7.0 黄金のレガシー発売までの間に、行われることをちょっとご紹介していきます。
These updates will pertain to the time period before Dawntrail's release.
さあまず動作環境の変更がグラフィックスアップデートによって行われます。
So we will be having our updated system requirements.
Oh, the requirement went down.
させていただいてますが、ぜひご確認の上ですね、準備の方よろしくお願いします。
We have announced these previously, but if you have not yet taken a look at them, please do and make sure that your system is up to spec.
No, I think that no, I don't think they did.
環境でプレイされてる方で、やべえまだ準備できてないっていう方。
Anyone playing on PC who just realized that they had not yet updated how they needed to?
Maybe I just like thought to myself, oh, it's a 1060, you'll be fine. Because I said 970. That might just be a me thing. Because I translate specs in my head to other people, what they're using.
日本のファンフェスティバルではですね、各種、PC メーカー、それからデバイスメーカーの皆さんが協賛してくださっており、協賛ブース展開もございます。
The fact that it requires an RTX 2060 to play on PC, but it's still going to play on PS4 is wild to me.
ぜひ協賛ブースの方にお立ち寄りいただいてですね、PC の買い替えなど、デバイスの買い替えなどご検討いただけると大変嬉しく思います。
Fortunately, we've partnered with several PC and device makers today, and they have a special booth set up so you can look at the equipment. So if you're not yet updated, maybe take a look over there and consider what upgrades you need.
はい、では続いて、まあすでに、お知らせ何度もしていますが、
This ban free trial, this is already in effect.
As we mentioned previously, we have also expanded the free trial.
すでにね、パッチ 6.5 から実施されてますが、フリートライアルの範囲
You can play all of Stormblood except for Uwu
4.x シリーズへと拡
and
大しています。
We have expanded the free trial through 4.x.
まだですね、
No Uwu for you.
世界に飛び込んでいらっしゃらないお友達とかね、ご家族とか、興味持ってるよ
Who follows recommended settings anyway?
見つけた時にはですね、ぜひフリートライアル バッて植え付けて、
It's still good info for translating
So if you have
what
any friends or
they
family,
think you
or
need.
just run into someone who's like, I was considering playing, please foist this upon them as much as you can.
続いて Xbox、いよいよ Xbox One リリース2月に OBT を開始いたします。
As far as
February
Xbox goes,
is when we have to worry about all the Xbox weenies showing up on our
2
servers.
月21日頃、ちょっとまだその前後数日ずれる可能性があるんですけ
With
ど、
most likely the full launch being in
ベ
March.
ータを開始させていただこうと思ってます。
Our current plan is to begin the open beta around the 21st. Plans could still change a few days in either direction,
Flame
but
is
that's what we're
primed.
aiming for.
ぜひですね、Xbox ユーザーの皆さん、プレイの上でですね、この OBT から新たな冒険 7.0 備えるためにもね、冒険スタートしていただけると嬉しいです。
I really hope that a lot of Xbox players will get started right from beta and join us in 14.
Xbox ゲーマーの皆さんとですね、光の戦士としてオールゼアでお会いできるのを楽しみにしております。
And I look forward to meeting a lot of Xbox players as Warriors of Light in game.
そして続いては、こちら新たなるクロスオーバークエストファイナルファンタジー16、の旅路、
Are we gonna get a date for it? Are we gonna get a date for the FF14,
And we are
FF16?
continuing our development of this new
crossover?
crossover with FF16.
こちらリリース4月
Early
上旬
April.
公開予定と
Okay,
させていただきます。
Okay. Okay.
So this will be released in early April.
まあ 7.0 への期待感がガーッと上がっていくそのちょっと前ぐらいに出していこうかなと思いますので、欧州ファンフェスティバルでねお伝えした通り多数の報酬ご用意しております。
So we are planning to release this just before the hype peaks for Dawntrail, and as we've mentioned previously, we do have quite a nice variety of rewards for those who complete it.
また16はですね、先日 DLC 第1弾も、リリースしてですね、その世界さらに拡大中です。
So and also we have released our first DLC for 16. You might be aware.
ファイナルファンタジー
Second's probably gonna be launched around the same time.
待つ間にファイナルファンタジー16のプレイもぜひよろしくお願いしますと、ファイナルファンタジー16プロデューサーの吉田さんから、伝言を預かっております。
And I happen to have a message from the producer of FF16, named Mr. Yoshida, who says that while you're waiting for Dawntrail, you should give 16 a try.
すでにプレイしてくださった皆さんも DLC
For crying out
よろし
loud.
くお願いしますとくれぐれも伝えてくれと申し使っております。はい。
And also to those of you who are already playing 16, please check out the DLC, and thank you very much.
はい。さあ、なんとかぴったり予定通りに基調講演終われた気がするので、さあファンフェス始めましょうか。
We're ending right on time. おい、待て待て、吉田さん。何か忘れてませんか？
忘れてる？何か？
They actually are ending right about on time.
Am I forgetting something?
ロス？
ロ
They didn't announce that.
ロスがある？あ、
Rothgar?
There you go. There you go. I said it. They didn't mention anything about Fem Rothgar.
そうだった。そう、ミコッテだと思ってたんですよ。
I totally thought Wukomat was the Mikote.
ご覧いただきましょう。どうぞ。
Let's look.
All right. How do they look actually in game? Nope. They're gonna have that stubby snoot. Okay then. Okay, no, that's not as bad. Seeing it from that angle, that's actually not as bad. It still looks like a video game. No f***ing way. Video game character looks like video game character? Shut the front door. Just calling out balls and strikes. Sometimes you need censorships where they're not needed. Like how the Count loves to and that how he could all day.
ありがとうございます。大変お待たせいたしました。黄金のレガシーでは残る最後の種族であるロスガルの女性をプレイヤーキャラクターとして実装させていただきます。
Thank you. After a long wait, we will finally be implementing the last race, female Hrothgar.
They are emphasizing last again.
できる限り、ストレートな解釈というのを心がけて強くてしなやかな体育を持つ種族として、今回デザインしてきました。
We did our best to straightforwardly make these as sleek and strong looking as possible.
こちら設定ですが、イルサバードに由来する種族となっており、ロスガルね、もともとイルサバード大陸に出自を持ってます。
As you know, what we have for the Hrothgar currently is that they hail from Ilsabard.
比較的ね、出生率、設定もう出ているので、これまでもお伝えしてきたんですが、女性の出生比率が少ない種族ですが、優れた指導者とか傑物をね、輩出しています。
All right, but in any case, how much will it cost? 5% of your kidney. I'll explain after they're done. I think they're pretty much done because we just now have confirmation they do exist, that it is going to be a race. Yeah, this now put them over. It's now 9:01. They're now 1 minute over. Lol.
So please look forward to meeting them.
もちろんね、プレイヤーの皆さんがキャラクターとしてご自身のね、キャラクターとして選択可能になります。
And of course, you will be able to play as them as well.
種族の追加は大変なので、最後にしたいと私常々この10年言ってまいりました。
Making a new race is really hard, and I have continually said throughout these 10 years that this will be the last one.
これでプレイヤー種族の追加を最後にしたいと考えておりますが、どうなるかは分かりません。皆さん次第です。
And I'd like to say this will be the last one, but perhaps I can't. It depends on you.
Yeah.
はい、先ほどね、
I was gonna say they say last one, but
ロスガル女性です。ぜひですね、ウクラマと非常に魅力的なキャラクターになっていますので。
Saying never is hard.
Of course, our Wuklamat that we introduced earlier is also a female Hrothgar, and she's really a lovely character. So look forward.
Well, we'll be seeing her in 10 days.
さあ、これでようやく、忘れ物も皆さんにお伝えしましたので、基調講演も終わりにしていこうと思います。
Okay, and now with that, we are finally done with the keynote.
では最後こちらを紹介して締めにしたいと思います。
But at the very end, I would like to show you.
Pretty sure you'll be able to see her in 10 minutes on Rule 34 sites. I am not gonna look right now because you're seeing my screen.
Hi, こちら吉田明子さん書き下ろしのアートとともに気象公演締めたいと思います。
Who's that up top?
So with this art from Yoshida Akiko, we will end the keynote. Thank you.
というわけで黄金のレガシーちゃんと。
All right, and that is the end of our.
We will, I assure you, release Dawntrail in 2024.
I don't like how we've gone from. Right, I mean, it's been 2 hours since she was first shown in the trailer. That might be enough time for Rule 34 artists to have produced porn.
As well as all of the collectors' information and special bonuses as soon as we can.
こちらの後ね、見たことないキャラクターがいたりもするんですが、ぜひそのあたりはね、ちょっとご想像してワクワクしていただけると嬉しいです。
There are several characters you won't have met before in this art, so maybe think about what kind of people they will turn out to be and get hype.
さあではケイツさん通訳ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Kate.
All right. So that is the end of the keynotes. All right, my final thoughts. We really learned just about everything we expected. We know what the job is. It's going to be Pictomancer. It's going to be a drawing-based caster. They say it's going to be more support-based. Maybe it's going to be something closer to like what Dancer is for range DPS. Who knows? We'll know more when the time comes. We know Fem Rothgar is coming. We also know that all we know is that's gonna be summer at some point. Wait, who are these? Oh, I think that's CEO. Okay. So the cyberpunk cities, though, that was a huge surprise. I did not expect any of that, but as far as like other details, all that, we're not going to know until we're not going to know more until the live letters come around, which is probably not going to be until probably April is probably where we're going to start hearing any thoughts or words about the live letters. And then that would be about the time that rumblings and teases about how jobs are actually going to change is actually going to come up. So that is it for my live letter coverage. We're going to move on from there.